Hey guys, let's get into it right away here. Game 1 recap. The Canucks versus the Oilers, and what a game. Are you kidding me?
Morrison comes right on in front. Morrison scores! Brendan Morrison, a silencer! Brendan Morrison in overtime. Listen to this place.
What a finish to this game. I don't know if anybody saw this coming, but I just had a feeling that the Canucks weren't out of this game all night long. They had a tough start, right? I mean, what did we talk about? We talked about the number one thing you got to do against the Oilers is stay out of the box. Don't challenge that power play and let their offensive guys get going. What happens? 40 seconds into the game, we have a bit of a miscommunication here between, I believe it's Susie, who's looks like he's coming to the bench for a change, right? And Ian Cole jumps on the ice. All of a sudden, the Oilers transition. Puck moves up the board side. Susie turns back onto the ice. Cole jumps on. Boom, too many men. Here we go. What do we talk about? Oilers, 9 goals against the Kings in round 1. 45% power play. And what do? They convert right away. It's playing with fire. I mean, this Oiler power play is just deadly. It's lethal. And if you watch the breakdown, I mean, I thought the Canucks did a really good job here early on the PK, being aggressive, jumped a couple passes, cleared the puck twice, and then a couple times had possession, didn't get the puck out, and the Oilers made him pay. But the one thing I didn't love on this goal is when Draisaitl moves that puck down low to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He has all the time in the world. He's not challenged at all. Now, I understand the net front D has a tough decision to make. You know, he's trying to hold there to take away that backdoor pass because Hyman is obviously so good at finding open ice in those small areas around the crease. So he's just kind of working that backdoor area. But I would like to see, Hronek comes up to challenge Draisaitl kind of on the half wall. Once that puck goes down low, I think Hronek kind of shadows Draisaitl a bit and comes back to the slot where I think he needs to maybe kind of at least challenge RNH a little bit, and then Lindholm, the forward, drops with Draisaitl. All right, so anyways, what do, right? The Oilers get off to a textbook start, right? They score the first goal on their power play, and they're feeling good about themselves. So, we get going here, and Vancouver pushes back, and then, another kind of uncharacteristic mistake by Ian Cole. I mean, I know he's come in and had a great season with the Canucks. He's a veteran guy. He's won the Stanley Cup. I mean, he's an important voice in that room and an important player for them, but he had a tough night. He had a very tough night. And here on the second goal, I mean, he has full control of the puck. Again, he reverses the puck behind Vancouver's net directly to the Oilers. A boom play. Again, Draisaitl, not the guy who you want to have the puck in that position. He threads a pass to Ekholm, who's creeping in on the offside slot there and basically tees up a slap shot from the ladies' tees. And I don't know if Sheila saw the puck at all, but beats him glove side. And here we go. Oilers are up 2-0, and they're feeling it. Here we go into the second period, and big face-off win by Lindholm and Ian Cole, kind of the guy that we're pointing out here, the culprit on the first 2 Vancouver goals against, does a good job getting the puck through to the net, although he doesn't hit the net, which is fine. The puck doesn't get blocked. And Dakota Joshua does a great job of reading that puck angle off the end wall and tucks it in from a tough angle to make the game 2-1, gets the Vancouver crowd into the game. What happens here? I mean, it's a game where Vancouver seems to be taking over, right? 5-on-5. The Oilers come down, and a harmless looking play. What happens? It goes off Ian Cole. Poor guy. I was just like, man, I've been involved in games where it just seems like you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes everything you do just seems to be going the wrong way. So, puck hits him in the pants, beats Sheloffs again, and now the Canucks are in a hole 3-1. But the game doesn't feel like a 3-1 game. I mean, it just feels like they're right there again. The Oilers come back down, kind of a quick strike. Who is it again? Zach Hyman, who scores a second goal of the game. It's his 9th goal in 6 playoff games. Remarkable, like absolutely remarkable. I think he actually tied a franchise record with Mark Messier, who did it in 1983. And Wayne Gretzky had 8 goals through the first 6 games in 1983. So could you imagine that? 9 goals and 8 goals. 2 players, 17 goals combined, 2 guys in 1983. Unreal. So anyways, Zach Hyman comes down and, he's on his off wing. He's a right-handed shot against Tyler Myers. And the read from Sheeloff says it looks like Hyman's going far side. What happens? Hits Tyler Myers' stick, goes 5-hole. Are you kidding me? This poor guy has had like 14 shots against or 12 shots against and 4 in the net. So, I mean, you could hear, some of the broadcasters talking, should they pull him? Should they not? And I'm thinking, well, what could he have done on any of those 4 goals? Really, I mean, the power play goals, no one's stopping that. The second goal, slap shot from the ladies' tees, doesn't see it. Third goal goes off his D-man. Fourth goal goes off his D-man. So I think Tocchet made a great call here by leaving him in because, again, there's just a feeling in this game that the Vancouver Canucks were not out of it. Now they needed to respond, right? They needed to get one going into the third period to have a chance, and they did that. You could say this might be a bit of a lucky goal, but a great job on the forecheck here by Vancouver, working the puck down low, and they were dangerous all night below the goal line. And Lindholm, gets the puck behind the net, goes to make a pass actually to Joshua backdoor, hits Stuart Skinner's stick in the net, 4-2, crowds back into the game, they're rocking, and they got to be feeling like, okay, boys, we're right there, we're pushing. So here we go into the third period, and a great start by the Canucks again. They're able to capitalize. 4-on-4 play here where Vancouver capitalized. And a lot of times 4-on-4, you think the Oilers have the advantage, obviously with McDavid on the ice, and most times they do, right? Him, Draisaitl, they got some other guys up front that can scoot. But Vancouver makes a great play here, and Soucy, with his second assist of the night, makes a cross-ice pass to Brock Besser, and he makes a great play here. Like JT Miller's just hanging at the side of the net, and it's almost like Besser kind of shot pass down low to JT Miller. And this tip is kind of reminiscent of Sidney Crosby on those tough angles where, he gets that puck, he's a left-handed shot on his forehand and just kind of guides it into the net on a tough angle and squeaks by Skinner short side. So now the game's 4-3, right? And you could just sense it, man. Like I think, I don't know if a lot of people, saw this coming or felt it coming, but as a player, you could just feel or sense the momentum shifting in this game. One, based on the fact that Vancouver was playing good defensively, and two, they were generating offensive chances and they were getting chances off the rush. So the game's 4-3, and there's another fairly quick strike after that third goal. What happens on this goal? It's a remarkable breakout pass by Mikheyev, and I know he's having a tough time scoring. He had a couple good chances early in the game, but he makes an excellent read as a winger. He gets down low in the zone to support, and instead of just throwing the puck up the wall or chipping it up the wall, he makes a great bump to mid-ice, which starts to break out. It alleviates pressure, and now Vancouver's on the rush. And a nice job by Höglander bumping that puck wide to Teddy Bluger, who delays. And you got Big Z. I mean, what a playoffs this guy's having. He steps into one and absolutely just shoots a bomb at Skinner. And again, I mean, that's a save that most goaltenders are going to make, but I think it hits somebody going in. I think it actually hits Corey Perry. So these goaltenders are having a difficult night with pucks being deflected and ending up in the back of their net. Boom, game's 4-4, and the Rogers Arena is going bonkers. Crazy game, right? 4-4. But up until this point, like we're halfway through the third period, the Oilers don't even have a shot on net, right? I mean, it's mind-boggling to think that's happening. So here we go, right? This is, and the fifth goal from Vancouver is another outstanding play, all right? It's kind of a set breakout, and a lot of times teams have specific patterns or breakouts they'll run. And this to me looks like a set breakout here where Zadorov holds the puck behind the net, and you have Joshua stretches to the far blue line, right? But as an opposing defenseman, you want to close that gap on Joshua. So if he does get that puck, you don't want him to turn and be able to generate any speed. But what happens here is Joshua gets that puck, and Nurse kind of takes away time and space and closes his gap. But underneath with speed comes Connor Garland, and Joshua just makes a bump pass to Garland wide, and there's no way that Nurse can catch him. He does a decent job angling him, but Garland pulls off a terrific move. I don't think it's a great goal from a goalie's perspective, but from a forward's perspective, it's a heck of a move. He fakes a slap shot, takes an extra step. So as a goaltender, I'm coming out to challenge. I'm expecting the shot, right? And now the forward pushes that puck ahead of him. So I need to push as a goaltender to change my angle. And once you do that, you open up your legs. So Garland makes a heck of a play here. Faking that shot, taking a step and sliding it 5-hole. All of a sudden it's 5-4 Canucks. 4 unanswered goals. I mean, what a change of events here in this game. So the Oilers, I mean, they don't get their first shot on net until 4 minutes left in the third period. So 7 minutes left in the second period, 4 minutes left in the third period. That's almost 23 minutes of not getting a shot on net. I mean, there's no way that's happened to them the entire season. And the other crazy thing is McDavid was held to no shots on goal for the first time in his career in the playoffs. So credit to Vancouver for defending. I mean, going into the last 4 minutes of the game, they'd only given up 14 shots, right? Edmonton ended up with a little pressure at the end, pulled the goaltender, had a good push, great block by Brock Besser at the end to kind of seal the win, like sacrificing his body, selling out and blocking Ekholm's shot in the slot. So what a tremendous win by the Canucks. But a couple takeaways here. Vancouver's power play has to be better, right? I mean, they just did not get the job done again. I did not like their zone entries last night. The Oilers were very aggressive on their zone entries. And credit to the Oilers for their penalty kill here. I think they're still perfect in the playoffs. So Vancouver's power play needs to get better. But the resiliency, that's kind of the key word you're hearing today. Resiliency from the Canucks, sticking with it, and just their overall defensive play. I mean, I think this is kind of something they learned in that Nashville series, is that if they play good defense, they have a chance to win every game. So holding this Oiler team, who is an offensive juggernaut, yes, they scored 4 goals, but holding them to 18 shots overall and 14 shots with 4 minutes to go in the third period is an outstanding achievement. Leon Draisaitl missed a bunch of time in the second period. Very concerning for the Oilers. He did come back in the third. It was reported that he had some cramping issues. I find that one a little tough to believe. I mean, I would like to see him okay. I don't want him hurt. I want to see the Oilers, have their best players on the ice. I think it's good for the game, and we don't want to have any excuses, right, for either team. So tremendous game one. I mean, geez, you had to be entertained watching this one. So what a way to start the series, and heck of a battle by the Canucks coming back and winning this game. So a few things looking forward to game 2. Vancouver's power play needs to be better, right? Expect a big bounce back from McDavid. I mean, every time this guy's been held off the score sheet, he usually comes back with at least a couple points next game. Leon Draisaitl, the health of him. And also, again, guys, we've talked about this a few times. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but PD needs to get going here. I think he had 3 shots on net last night, but he needs to bring more to the table and really get his line involved in this series. So that's the take from game 1, guys. Can't wait for game 2. What an entertaining start. Again, hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here and you're enjoying the content, and we look forward to catching up soon.